Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with what used to be called Marvel vs. DC, but I've added independent comics. As a matter of fact, all the covers you see pass by here are books that I've reviewed. Little 30-second things to give you an idea of, did I like it, did I not like it? That's all we're trying to convey. There's generally longer reviews for most of these books to be found on the channel. Also, I used to do an even amount of each, unfortunately, because of the way COVID's been treating the comic book industry, that's not as possible to do this time around. So I've just got them from worst to best. Now, the grading is simple. 1 star is horrible, 2 stars bad, 3 stars average, 4 stars good, and 5 stars excellent. Not going to lie to you, we don't have any 1 stars and we don't have any 5 stars this time around, which is okay. Nothing extreme, but there's still some bad and good books. And I'm kind of worried because there's also a lot of forgettable ones. And I'm starting to worry, is it me and my mind that I'm just forgetting the things that I read? Or are books really becoming this bland? Anyway, with all that aside, let's get this party started. Once again, there are no 1-star books, thankfully, because they are indeed the horrible ones. And 2-star books are merely bad. They could have been horrible, but maybe there's just something about them that keep them from that fate. Nightwing Annual number 2 tells a little bit about Rick and Dick and how he's got both memories like he was ever really 2 different people. I'm sorry, no, you're being a dick. You're being, well, and not a Dick Grayson, but just a dick. I'm not Dick Grayson anymore. I'm Rick Grayson, and I gotta admit that I read it, and as soon as I did, I forgot about it, and now I'm kind of worried, is it me, or are there really that many stories coming out of DC Comics that are just okay? Sleeping Beauty's number 1, I have to admit, I picked this up based on Stephen King's name. As crazy as he is in politics, I actually like his writing, and so I picked this up, and it's not written by Stephen King, it's adapted by a Stephen King story. Unfortunately, they're going through everything that Stephen King does, and he does like 100 pages worth of character before he gets to the meat potatoes of the book, and that's what happens here. This is one dull-ass comic. The Boys, Dear Becky number 2. Once again, I'm not a fan of The Boys. I don't know why I keep reading it. In this case, we're dealing with a piece of crap that kind of looks like Thor and kind of acts like Thor, but then again, Simon Pegg ends up running into a piece of crap preacher. Everybody's a piece of crap except for this character right here. I don't know. It's ridiculous. God bless you if you like it. I don't. 4X number 4. I love this miniseries, man. I've looked forward to every issue, and now we have this one. Oh, what a crash. Alrighty, so good points, Dr. Doom. Bad points, everybody else. Seriously, that's how it happened. And the X-Men, they're flat-out villains now. They even announce it. Charles Xavier goes to see Reed Richards, wipes his memory, and says, well, usually I would remove your memory of me removing your memory, but I'm leaving it there because I want you to know that I'm evil. Which Reed Richards actually has a way of stretching his mind. So, yeah, good luck, Charles. But no, they kind of just said, hey, you know what? We need to make the X-Men really, really bad, so there you go. I don't know if they're trying to say they're coming off as tough or anything. They just come off as dicks. So on Prime, there's a new movie called My Spy with Dave Bautista, and it's about him with a kid, and they have to solve a crime. They have made this movie a billion times. So here we have a fantasy world where certain people are feeling ostracized and hunted, and they can't be who they are, and I've read this book before. I really have. I like Tinian, good writer and everything, but this one, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Marvel Snapshot's Captain America actually follows a kid who's recruited to AIM to build a mad bomb. And when he finds out exactly what he was recruited to do, begins to betray AIM, and Captain America, of course, is trying to rescue him. That's in the nutshell, anyway. overall, I gotta say this book is just amazingly A-okay. You know, it's one of those that you can read, enjoy, and then forget about as soon as you're done. Deceased Hope at World's End, number 6. So I liked every chapter except for the first one. This one is kind of meh to me. A lot of heroes I don't really have an emotional connection to are waiting for the inevitable attack for Black Adam and his zombie horde. And once again, I just was not able to build up any connection to the character, so in the end, I didn't really care what happened to him. Marvel Action, Captain Marvel number 5. So this is the kids' version of Captain Marvel, and she sucks. I don't know why Marvel decided to destroy Carol Danvers, but they have done such a perfect job. It almost seems like an assassination. That being said, the Wasp is fun. Remove Captain Marvel from this, and we've got a pretty darn good book. As it is, I'm going to say it's about average. I enjoyed the story. It was kind of fun, but it had Captain Marvel. Year Zero number 2. My brain tricked me. It said, oh no, you like Year Zero number 1 a lot better than you actually said. Oh, you should get the second issue, and I didn't. It's got all the same problems. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. They finally started writing a story for it towards the end of this issue, so hopefully they'll continue, because it got exciting. It did. I was actually interested, and I'm looking forward to the next issue. Fingers crossed it's going to be better than this one. Catwoman number 23. So apparently everybody's all amazed at this Catgirl story, and she's like in it for 3 minutes. It's a decent story, I guess. I enjoyed kind of the obnoxiousness of Snowflake. He was the best part of it. The story that revolves around his auction, though, is kind of lame. Not lame, it's just been there, done that, bought the t-shirt kind of thing. Detective Comics 1024 is the end of the whole Two-Face started a religion storyline, which, by the way, I would love this particular thing to continue. I think the Church of Two-Face should be a continuous problem. This is a battle issue. This is like they actually built up any 80s movies where they built up an intelligent story and then the last 30 minutes is just one big-ass fight. That's this right here. In Aquaman 60, we kind of get a bit of a relax issue. Aquaman, they do this whole bit of, oh, okay, we're going to rush out, we're going to get the little girl. And then they do, and when they do, Aquaman's like, no, before we go back for the attack, I'm spending some time with my daughter. Completely understandable about that. But this really, aside from one action scene, is a take it easy, let's get to know everybody kind of issue. Not too bad, but not the greatest either. Batman number 94. Yeah, I'm a couple of weeks behind, I told you. So anyway, this is dealing with Catwoman's mistake of giving the fortune over to Joker, but I have so contested this because Catwoman and Batman have to be idiots for this to have happened. The book itself is not bad. It's kind of funny because you gotta ignore who the characters were to get to the point where we are, but the point where we are is kind of exciting. I do have to admit at least that much. A Man Among Ye. So, I like pirate comics. I'm going to just get that out there. I do. So, I picked this one up, and I was afraid it was going to be one of these, hey, laddies, I'm the female here, and aren't I better than all men, and all that kind of stuff, because that seems to be the way things go. But actually, what we get is just one hell of a ruthless pirate, and I dig on that. We're following these characters, so maybe they're the protagonists. They are not heroes. And that's kind of a refreshing take on the pirate genre in comic books. That and the fact that everybody seems to be equals, I gotta say I enjoyed this. The Grieving, number 1. So a young lady goes to the cemetery to talk to her mom, her mom's grave anyway. And there's these other kids who go to the cemetery just because it's Halloween. They see her, they're like, oh, you're an outcast, blah, 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 let us pick on you. And she ends up getting killed. And then resurrected. That's the story, and I'm telling you, it's damn worth it to pick this book up. I had a good time with it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the next issue. Batman number 95. This is where it really seems like the Joker War's kicking off. He's got control of the Wayne fortune, and Joker, I mean, of course, and he just seems to be having a grand old time spending it, and wouldn't you? I know I would as well. The problem seems to be, as meticulous as the planning was up till this point, it seems like it's kind of going off the rails, and it's very, I don't know, random. Still an interesting story. I'm having fun with the Joker War, even though, once again, Batman and Catwoman had to be complete idiots to get us here. That being said, once we're here, not too shabby. Dead Day #1. So, once a year, the dead rise from the grave. Some see it as a celebration, some see it as a horror. And there's one family that kind of fight about the fact that the mom wants to go out. And it's actually a really good take on the zombie storyline. I was surprised by this. Surprised how well written it was. The art's good. Just something to check out, guys. The Devil's Highway #1. So this is one of those, guy gets killed, kid comes back, this case it's a girl, and she apparently knows people in the town. She's all tough talking and everything, trying to find out her father's killer. This is actually a pretty good book. The artwork, the colors, everything builds this sense of dread. You get the whole, we're following the serial killer and the view is from his feet, you know, that kind of thing. It's actually a graphic novel told in parts. All America Comics. This is the America Chavez that we should have gotten from a good writer rather than an identitarian. And I enjoy the fact that it parodies as well as kind of mimics the America Chavez comic book. I'm waiting for the next issues to see if it could stand on its own, where we're not comparing it, where we're just talking about the book itself. But so far, good start. Deceased Dead Planet #1 was a book I was highly looking forward to, so there's a lot of room for disappointment here. Thankfully, it didn't. Now, granted, it's not as good as the first miniseries, but still, it managed to keep that sense of dread and add a little bit of hope as well. And I'm very, very happy about that. There is a great cliffhanger ending to this as well. The art is impeccable. I've been enjoying it. So far, so good. So there you go, gang. That's Countdown. What do you think? Did I grade something too high, grade something too low? Is there a book that you're like, oh, okay, well, I saw that. I was interested. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you liked the video, don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you haven't done it already. Make sure notifications are set on. And I know about this time there's going to be some videos popping up around you to say, hey, that's something you should watch. Go right on ahead. Be my guest. As a matter of fact, going over to Extreme Movie Show for movies. We've got the Disney Channel for the Disney stuff. And, of course, I just started a politics channel that occasionally I'll get on to and rant and scream about something that's bothering me. If you don't mind helping out the channel, going over to Patreon, to Ko-Fi. Links are in the description below. I certainly appreciate everybody who's done that already. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.